Queensland Institute of Medical Research Act 1945 and introduces a contemporary legislative framework that better suits our growing needs. This new legislation introduces updated governance, procedural and operational frameworks to support the Institute's future growth and competitiveness. This bill supports our government's commitment to improving health outcomes for all Queenslanders. The Queensland Institute of Medical Research has a long-standing history of scientific excellence in our state. It delivers world-class research that directly improves the lives of Queenslanders. On the long list of achievements includes breakthroughs in cancer, in infectious diseases, and in mental health. QIMR has consistently translated research into real-world impact. This bill establishes a new governance structure for QIMR, including a redefined council with clearer roles and responsibilities. It introduces provisions for commercialisation and incentive payments to encourage innovation and partnerships. This research matters deeply in Far North Queensland. One such example is its pioneering work in melanoma prevention. Queensland is already known as the skin cancer capital of the world, with melanoma rates 40% higher than the national average. Australia itself has the highest per capita incidence of melanoma globally, with rates 8.7 times higher than the global average. In Far North Queensland, where UV exposure is intense and year-round, the risk is even greater. Our region faces some of the highest rates of melanoma in the world. Melanoma is the second highest cancer in Far North Queensland, and I commend the Queensland Institute of Medical Research for everything they are doing in this space. In 2022, doctors at the FNQH Skin Cancer Centre found more than 150 melanomas in the first 6 months of the year. Early this year, I met with Jason and the team at Skin Doctor on Bar Street during their opening. In just 2 weeks of the clinic being opened, they found 18 melanomas, which addresses the importance of early skin checks. And if you haven't had yours, go and get one. Cancer Council Queensland notes an average of 219 melanoma are diagnosed in Far North Queensland a year, and 140 of those are males and 79 are females. This is why the work of QIMR Berghofer is so critical. The updated QIMR melanoma risk calculator is one of the many leading innovations developed from over a decade of data, and 40,000 participants in the landmark Q-Skin study, which this tool now includes 16 personal risk factors. Nearly 80,000 Australians have already used QIMR's upgraded melanoma risk calculator. QMI has also launched the Q-Inform study, which was led by Dr. Matthew Law, to determine the most effective way to communicate melanoma risk to Australians. So this study will help ensure that people not only know their risk, but are empowered to act on it, especially in high-risk regions like Far North Queensland. This bill is about better tools, better data, and better outcomes in the fight against melanoma and other pressing health care challenges, and that's what the Crisafulli government is backing under this legislation. Another groundbreaking study out of QIMR, which was published just last week, confirms something that many of us females have long felt but couldn't quite explain, which is women carry nearly twice the genetic risk for major depression compared to men. The study, which analysed the DNA of nearly 200,000 people, found that women are more likely to experience depression in ways that are often overlooked: weight gain, fatigue, excessive sleep, and emotional withdrawal. These symptoms don't always scream for attention. In fact, they're often considered the norm, where tiredness is simply the mask of motherhood, or emotional withdrawal is simply the price of parental burnout. But 28.1% of Queensland women aged 16 to 85 reported experiencing a mental disorder in the last 12 months, and that's 45.6% higher than men. What's even more striking is that these genetic markers overlap with metabolic rates, meaning our bodies and minds are deeply interconnected. This opens the door to treatments that are tailored to us, to our biology, our experiences, and our needs as women. This research, like many of the other key projects under QIMR, is a call to action on the importance of mental health services designed for women, especially in regional areas. It tells us that our pain is real, that our needs are valid, and our health must be prioritised. So I commend all of the researchers, inventors, and innovators and support staff for their extraordinary contribution to science and health. After 10 years of health decline under Labor, the government is doing what it takes to mend a broken health system, starting with legislation. One thing that we are improving is the incentivisation scheme, because the current Act only permits bonuses for employees who are classed rigidly as discoverers or inventors. This excludes many people, including collaborators, working under non-traditional employment arrangements who meaningfully contribute to the Institute's work. Mr. Acting Speaker, imagine awarding a championship medal only to the striker who scores the winning goal, while ignoring the defenders, the midfield coaches and support staff who made the victory possible. Medical research teams are no different. Success is a team effort, and the current Act fails to recognise the many contributors who play essential roles behind the scenes. This bill ensures that all of those who meaningfully advance discovery and are encouraged and rewarded accordingly, and not through bonuses, but instead through commercialised incentive payments. At the heart of QIMR's success is collaboration. The objective is clear: to attract and retain world-class talent while recognising the essential role of collaboration in modern medical research. The intended outcome is equally vital: to encourage research that improves health outcomes. This bill also reduces the red tape that often plagues our system. Currently, all QIMR council appointments are made by the Governor in Council, which can lead to unnecessary delays and affects the Council's ability to remain responsive and effective. This bill transfers the responsibility to our Health Minister, the Honorary Mr Tom Nicholls, who has already proven his capabilities in just 12 months of delivering better health services for Queensland. As Minister Nicholls says, this change will improve responsiveness and reduce administrative delays that can hinder the effective operations of the Institute. It will enable swift appointments without compromising integrity or transparency. At the heart of this bill is bettering our health system behind the scenes. By providing QIMR with the legislative framework it needs, we are empowering vital research and innovation that will benefit Queenslanders for generations to come. I support this bill and congratulate the Minister and his team on taking strong action.